now let's turn to special triangles. So why they're called special? There is one explanation for this, which is that, for example, take any angle, 1, 5, yeah. So it doesn't matter. If you want to find what is sine 1, you can do it only by using calculator, and the same for angle 5. But there's some angles which values can be obtained using right triangles. So they are this 45, 30, and 60. Okay, so let's look to the first triangle. So as you can see, it has these angles are equal, 45, 45, yeah. So it means that their legs are also equal, yeah. So it is right and isosceles triangle, okay. Isosceles triangle, which means two legs are equal. So if it is, let's say A, what is the value of hypotenuse? Let's put it as x, yeah. So you can find x using Pythagoras theorem. X square equal to a square plus a square, yeah. So x square is equal to 2a square. So x equal to 2a square. So x would be a root a square root 2. So this one, x would be equal to a root 2. So so what is then, let's say, sine 45, yeah. So no matter which angle you will take, since they're equal, it doesn't matter, yeah. So let's take 45, yeah. Opposite is a, hypotenuse is a over 2. So this one a's are cancelled, you have 1 over 2. And this one also, if you rationalize it, you will have you multiply by root 2, you get square root 2 over 2. Okay, so the same is for cosine 45. It is take any angle. So for 45, adjacent is a, yeah? For 45, for this adjacent also a. So it doesn't matter. So a over a root square root 2. So the a's are cancelled. So you have 1 square root 2. So here, or you can also rationalize it. Square root 2 multiplied by square root 2, you get square root 2 over just 2. Okay, so let's check what is tangent. Tangent, so here it is not alpha, it's just 45, yeah. So we know tangent, it is opposite over adjacent. So take opposite over adjacent would be a over a. So it is just 1. So cotangent 45, it is adjacent over opposite, which is also a over a, and this is also 1. So for the angle 45, you can certainly know what is sine, cosine, tangent, and cotangent. Okay, and now let's look at the second triangle. So here you see 90, 30, 60. Okay, there is one thing to remember. Here it is clear that these two angles, that these two sides are equal, yeah. If these angles are equal, so the sides should be equal, yeah. Here another thing, opposite to hypotenuse. So if it is 2a, yeah, hypotenuse 2a, the side which is opposite to 30 will always 2 times less. You have to remember this one, that the side opposite to 30 2 times less than hypotenuse. Okay, please remember this one, this is very important. Okay, now let's find what is x. So you don't know this side, you know these sides and you don't know x, yeah? So let's find it. So according to Pythagoras theorem, you could write ax squared plus a squared, and this would be 2a squared, yeah? So you get ax squared, a squared, then you have 4a squared. So x squared would be equal to 3a squared. So x would be equal to 3a squared. So x is a square root 3. So this one, it would be equal to a square root 3. So, and now you can find what is sine. Let's say what is sine 30, yeah? Sine 30. So you look to the sine, yeah? To these signs. We know that sine is opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Sorry, not adjacent. Hypotenuse. So opposite is a, hypotenuse is 2a. So the a's are cancelled. So it is 1 over 2. So sine 30 it is 1 over 2. Okay, let's find cosine 30. Cosine 30 it is so the adjacent over hypotenuse, so a root 3 over 2a, yeah? So the a's are cancelled, root 3 over 2. So cosine 30 is this one. Let's find tangent 30, which is tangent 30 opposite a, opposite and adjacent to 30, it is a root 3, yeah? It will be just 1 over root 3. Okay, what is cotangent 30? It is adjacent is a root 3 over a, yeah? So it will be just root 3. And you can find the same logic, by the same logic, sine 60. Okay, according to special triangles, you can make this kind of table, and based on this we will solve some problems. Okay, you have this problem, and here you have these angles are 30. If they so overall it is 60, and you can say that this should be 30, yeah? If this one is 30, this should be 60. Okay, now you have to find x. What is the value of x? Okay, to solve this one, I think that you should know this this side. Let's assign this side as y. Okay, so how to find y? So you know what is tangent 30, yeah? You know that tangent 30 according to the table. So the point is, you don't have to memorize these angles. You can find these angles according to special triangles and make the table yourself. That's the important thing. So tangent 30 is 1 over square root 3, which is equal to, we know that tangent 30, it is opposite over adjacent, yeah? So opposite is 12, adjacent is y. So y would be equal to, according to using the proportion, y equal to 12 root 3. So this is 12 root 3. Now let's find x. How to find? Okay, we'll use the same logic. Okay, the same tangent 30, yeah? Tangent 30, we know that it is 1 over root 3, and we can use the same pattern here. So tangent, so we in the first example we look to the small triangle, And now we're gonna look to the bigger one, okay, this one. So tangent 30 is 1 over root 3. So here it looks to this area. So 12 root 3 over this one adjacent, yeah? It is 12 plus x. So you do just the proportion, it will be, so 12 plus x equal to 12 root 3 times root 3, yeah? So x, okay, x would be equal to, so here you have 12 times 3, it will be 36, so x is equal to 24. Okay, here is another example. You have to find x here, yeah? So let's look at this. So you know the hypotenuse of this small triangle. So if this one is 30, this should be, since it's here also 90, this should be also 60, yeah? Okay, here if it is 45, this should be also 45. Okay, we know from the special triangle of 60, 30, 60 and 90, you know that opposite to 90 is 2 times more greater than the opposite to 60. If this was 6, this should be 3. Okay, this should be 3, and now you can find this area, this one. Let's put this one is y. Okay, let's find y. So 6 square plus, so it will be equal to 3 square plus y square. So we have 36 minus 9 y square. So y would be equal to 27 y square. Y is equal to 3 root 3. Okay, this is your answer. And let's look at this one. If this is 3, yeah, since these two sides are equal, this should be also 3. So x is, the x should be equal to 3 root 3 plus 3. Okay, let's look at this example, to the first one. So here you have right triangle, angle 30, angle 15, and the hypotenuse is 2 root 2, yeah? Okay, here you have 30, so here you should have 60, yeah? So it means that this part, this angle, should be 45. So if this is 45, this should be also 45. Okay, we know that if the angles in a triangle, if the angles are the same, the sides also should be the same. So this, let's take this side A, and this side also A. Okay, now let's try to find A. What is A? Yeah? So according to the theory of Pythagoras, you could say 2 square root 2 square equal to a square plus a square, which is, here you get 8. It is 2a square, and a square is equal to 4, so a is 2. So it means that this one is 2. Okay, what do you know also? So here, look, please look here. So you know that from this the special triangle of 30, 60, 90. So opposite to, if it is a, opposite to 90 should be always 2a. Yeah. So here you have 2. This is opposite to 30. Okay. So opposite to 90 should be 4. And we have to find x. To find x, let's say that this whole side would be y. Okay, So you would find y, and then you can find x. Yeah. So using the Pythagoras theorem, 4 square equal to a square plus y square. Here you get 16 minus 4 y square. It will be y square equal to 12. 12 you can take as 4. So 12 you can take as square 4 times 3. Yeah? So it means that y is 2 square root 3. Yes. So if this is 2 roots square root 3, it means that x is to find x. So 2 root 3 is equal to x plus 1. Yeah, 2. Yeah. So x is then 2 root 3 minus 2. Okay, that's your answer. Now let's look at the second example. So here you have some triangle, and the angle here 120. This is 30. Yeah? This side is 26, and we have to find the height of this triangle. What is the height? Okay, now let's draw a right triangle here. If you do this way, so this should be, the height always should be 90 degrees. Yeah. So if this is so in this triangle, this is 30, 120. This should be also 30. Yeah. If this is 120, this should be 60, and this should be 30. Okay. So if you use this theorem, yeah, opposite, this is this one, opposite to 90, 26, it's like 2a. Yeah? Opposite to 30, this one is a. So a would be 13.